Hi, guys. It's Dr. Sullivan from Physio, and today we're talking about the common link between elite level athletes and chronic pain sufferers. Those are two very different populations, yes, but they have a common link, and that common link is efficiency. So I'm here with you on this beautiful Friday afternoon in November in the Hudson Valley. It's absolutely gorgeous today, trying to get some fresh air, talking about efficiency because it's something that allows us to very effectively assess and treat both someone who has lived for 30 years with back pain and sciatica, and also right after that session, treat someone who is an elite level athlete, world class athlete who has no pain, who functions very well, but would like to function a little bit better. So those two individuals, very different individuals, very common theme in there, which is performance based on efficiency. So when you lose efficiency as any human, you will borrow from other parts or other movements. So if you're inefficient movement patterns, you will borrow from other more efficient movement patterns and you'll overdo it and break tissues down. But you'll also lose strength and you'll lose mobility and you'll lose performance. So what that looks like in a chronic pain situation is you lose efficiency of movement at a specific part that you perhaps have injured, or perhaps a specific movement pattern that you do regularly. So you'll compensate and you'll start to borrow motion at other tissues. So those tissues break down. So, for example, back pain and sciatica, people that have herniated discs. Why do we not treat herniated discs? Well, it's because that's where you're borrowing from. Where else in your body are you not efficient that you are now borrowing motion and causing that disc to break down? On the other side of that same spectrum, if we have a really good, great athlete that wants to be elite, that wants to be world class, the major difference between those levels is efficiency. The ability to just squat a bunch of weight and being able to jump really high and move really fast doesn't mean a lot unless you can incorporate it into patterns that are efficient. So that's the difference between good and great athletes, is the ability to integrate really efficient movement patterns across the entire system for multiple movements. So you have lots and lots of options. So whether you are a chronic pain sufferer or an elite level athlete, the common thread there is efficiency. So what we do as manual therapists is we can use our hands and our eyes, obviously, and we're going to assess movements. We're going to assess parts and tissues of where you might be borrowing motion from that might be reducing your efficiency, which can create pain that you've had for a very long time. Or it can create a stagnation in your performance as an athlete. So you might not be able to squat as much, or you might not be able to run as fast, or you might be not as durable. You might get tired a lot faster, right? So efficiency means you're going to be able to move just as fast with less energy. Does that make sense? So what we're going to look to do is increase that efficiency. And then that will give you better performance, less pain instantly. So, for example, a couple weeks ago, we had a gentleman who was able to add 60 pounds, 60 pounds onto his deadlift after one session. All right, this is instant results. One session, 60 pounds. Right after that, we're able to then take someone who's had pain that was shooting down in one arm. They've had that pain for 4 or 5 weeks. Nothing's helped. Injections and pills and everything else has not helped. We're now able to restore efficiency somewhere else in the body, whether it's neck, rib cage, head, and then all of a sudden that person regains function back in that arm. Same session. So when you start looking at the efficiency spectrum, you can then find out where your problems are coming from and treat those rather than chasing your pain. Does that make sense? So, hope this was informative and interesting, and perhaps stimulated some questions. Feel free to book a consult, and we'll be able to talk specifically about your scenario and how we can maybe improve your efficiency, whether that's from a pain perspective or whether it's from a performance perspective. It's all kind of the same and just comes down to what your goals are. Does that make sense? I hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you soon.